the look was inspired by Nancy Cunard. Obviously, Nancy was a bit aristocratic, she was a bit of a kind of social circle, you know what I mean? So to bring that down to a more real girl and make it really cool, we just kept the skin really bare. We used a tiny little bit of Fit Me foundation by Maybelline around the nose, under the eyes, lashes are curled, the liner that we put on them, a little bit under the eye, pulled out. It's almost like a reverse wing liner. Whereas usually for a wing liner, the denser part goes on top and wings out. For this, the denser part goes on bottom, and instead of going up or down, it just goes straight out to make it look really almondy. Because of the darker lip, there's also a little bit of like a spring-summer version of Vamp, but younger.
We created a beautiful linear nail, and with the whole inspiration with Bibhu was all about Nancy Cunard, strong, kind of a rebellious woman, so we made a rebellious nail. We started out with Impress Press-On Manicure in So Stella, a beautiful mauve color, and we did nail paints by Kiss in black and white. We created linear patterns. Models have a black nail to give it that edge, and then the rest of the nails are white.
When I went in and we sat down and we went to go through the collection at the test, I started seeing these amazing patterns that he did. Being inspired by that, I said, you know what? Why don't we sew some cord into the hair to really give ode to that? And then in the back, we split a ponytail into two, creating a box braid with one that was super clean. And then the other one we kind of just French laced. We anchored that and we decorated it with the other braid. And on the runway, I think it's going to play really nice.
Spring 2015 collection is inspired by Nancy Cunard, my muse, who was the most influential muse in the 20th century, but it's not only about her style or how she was as a style icon, but it's all about what she believed in. And after I read her biography, it made me really familiar with what her mind worked and how big a heart she had carried. She was a social activist, she was a social icon, she made a lot of difference, and she fought against racism and fascism. She traveled the world. She was in Harlem working with writers and singers in the 30s, and in a time where, she was the true Renaissance woman. I always say that. And my whole idea behind this collection is if she was alive today, how she would be as a people woman. It's a very fun and energetic collection for me, and it's very geometric. There's some new shapes and new silhouettes and incredible materials. I'm using this fabric that I got woven in Laos. It's leather and silk that is custom made for us, and you'll see this running through all the collection. It's actually leather, and you feel it, and it's supple. And she wore leather in her time, so how do I make a modern version of her? So this is what it is, and she loved different crafts from different cultures because he traveled the world. So this is my nod to her. It's very muted because it's against a lot of blacks and there's some saturated colors there as well. So just bring that fresh energy and keeping it clean.
Bibhu brings an exotic elegance, something, again, a little foreign mystique. This is a melting pot for fashion, and this is really the mecca of fashion.
I just thought it was so amazingly elegant and beautiful. I loved that there was more day wear than there usually is. You had those really strong prints that, almost like scarf prints, that are so fun to wear, but are really great for day. And there was just sort of a great vintage yet classic vibe about the whole show, and just so incredibly elegant.
Bibhu was inspired by Nancy Cunard, who is a groundbreaking philanthropist and a very, very well-dressed woman. I think these clothes were modern, feminine, but powerful, and that's everything that she symbolizes. He knows that women want clothes that fit well, that look feminine with a hint of sexiness, but that are still modern, playful, and easy to wear. And he kind of hits the nail on the head here with this collection. He really gave the woman that's buying his clothes something for all occasions of her life. His day wear was magnificent. It looked modern and clean. His evening wear is so beautiful. It's strong looking and edgy, but there's always those female undertones that don't make it go too extreme.
It's always all these layers of inspiration and thoughts that goes on, and I already have little sections that are building for fall 15 and the collection after. I've been collecting information about her for years, and finally 2 years ago I was on a Cunard ship, she was an heiress to the Cunard family. So I was on that ship, so I read a biography. For 2 years I've been thinking about finding the right moment where I was in that headspace that she would become the muse. This is the moment.